Eccoci qua! Today I'll show you how to do the most iconic pasta dish in the world, pasta alla carbonara. The recipe is surprisingly quick and it's not gonna take us that long to go through it, so allow me to break down a little the history of this dish. One thing is for sure, we got back to World War II in Italy. Yes, cause if the history of the carbonara is still pretty uncertain, one thing is for sure, before 1940s nobody ever heard or wrote about this dish. Adesso, I titled this video Carbonara, the most American pasta dish, cause the most widely accepted theory is that carbonara was born by the combination of US military rations and Italian pasta. The US military, that had mostly scrambled eggs and bacon as rations, used to go around Italian locanda restaurants and ask Italian cooks to prepare pasta with the rations. And that's how carbonara was unofficially born in Italy. But talking official, the very first written recipe of carbonara was in Chicago, 1952, on this journal right here. The recipe had just pasta, scrambled eggs, and bacon. Nowadays will be considered a blasphemy by most of Italian, but with all the respect for my people, this is just pure ignorance. The very first Italian written recipe was dated 1954, just 2 years after the Chicago one. And it had just Gruyere and cradle eggs in it. Yes, you heard me right. Groviera e uova rapprese. But it gets even worse. In 1986, so pretty much yesterday, 11 years before I was born, Gualtiero Marchesi, the greatest Italian chef of all time, the very first one to receive 3 Michelin stars in the same year, 1986, wrote his carbonara recipe, and he assumed that carbonara cannot be made with scrambled eggs. Must be creamy, and to make it creamy, you must put more cream than eggs. So here again, apparently nowadays Italians are kind of full of shit. So how did we arrive to the nowadays holy, incredible, 2000 years old carbonara recipe? Well, I don't know that. But before I start with the recipe, and I swear I'm gonna start in a second, I just wanna say that, you know, putting all those differences, marking an official recipe, fighting on it, on social media comments, it's just stupid. It's not what food is about. Eating in Italy, but all over the world, has always been a moment that brought people together. New ideas, new recipes. With that said, with a very open mind, today I'm gonna show you the nowadays recipe, the 2025 one for carbonara, the one that I know how to do, and if you ask me, probably the best one around. Start by slicing guanciale in thin slices or small cubes, then heat up a skillet and put the guanciale in it with nothing, no olive oil, no other fat. The fat from the guanciale, it's gonna be enough. Reduce the heat and let it go until it's crispy enough for your taste. That's gonna take about 10 minutes, so in the meantime, let's keep going. Next step, facilissimo, will be just cooking pasta. So we dive it in the water until it's 3 minutes under the cook instructions of the package. While all that's going on, the pasta, the guanciale, we gotta make the cream. Crack and whisk 1 whole eggs and an egg yolk in a bowl. Then season with black pepper and just a pinch of salt. Yes, because then we're adding shaved pecorino, which is a very salty cheese. I told you everything about this very particular cheese in the previous video. You can find it here or here. I don't know where the link is gonna show up. Let's keep going. Add the cheese into the bowl and whisk energetically until the cream is smooth and uniform. You're looking for a dense and uniform texture. Once you have it, pasta should be done, the guanciale crispy enough, so we remove almost all of it and we dry the pasta directly into the skillet, followed by a generous scoop of cooking water. Wait for the water to evaporate while mixing, then switch the heat off. Now, for a creamy result, to better fit the nowadays recipe, wait about a minute for the pasta to cool off and then add it to the bowl with the cheese and eggs cream and mix energetically until creamy and uniform. When adding water, do it carefully. It's way easier to add a little more water than correcting a watery sauce. Perfetto, we just gotta plate it. Put the guanciale back where it belongs, some more black pepper, pecorino, and you're ready to eat. Oh, and here is pasta alla carbonara. This will complete the Rome Holy Trinity pasta dishes. You have the cacio e pepe on my profile. I posted gricia last week. Here is the carbonara, but it's not over yet. Next week I'm gonna post the amatriciana. Now, I don't wanna start talking about amatriciana. You'll see it next week. It's not exactly from Rome. We're gonna break it down. So here's your reminder to subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching. Ciao.